Loses quarters. Well deserved. See what will happen right here. As we open up with Merp, we saw fresh off of that win. Great stuff by using the Wrastor. And we have the concept of death actually being the second seed. Horse down here a little bit earlier than usual, but that's the name of the game here in Rebels 2. Upsets can happen.
Yeah, every character's hyper viable, but some matchups are better than others. This one, yeah, 2 air characters. Air characters in general are known for being some of the more awkward to play against because they're usually really floaty or have some amount of jumps or some sort of like aerial extra mechanic. In the case of Wrastor, slipstream and multiple jumps. And in the case of Fleet, that slow fall being so good, but at the same time, they're also, both of them can be so explosive. Wrastor from its combo game and Fleet from her edge guarding game.
Yeah. And Fleet will be able to kind of do that here. Hopefully trying to force Wrastor off stage and force the timing. A little bit of the Cyclone action. Able to escape, thankfully, but the Strong utilized off the stage. Here comes the Slipstream. They have to worry about it in a pressure setting. But yeah, you gotta be really careful, but just grabbing the ledge in time. Here comes the fair. Nice little float to try to continue the pressure on. Missing the grab, unfortunately. With the concept of death, trying to make this comeback happen, and that was a huge bear to land, including the second hit. Able to finish the job.
I love these like raw willingness to challenge in midair. Like clearly, the ground game is going to be kind of secondary to who's able to find a big launcher and then play in the air from there. But finding a lot of rising back airs or even just like dash back airs, jump back airs are so devastating. Speaking of jump backs, these jump back fairs from Merp are big, but not big enough in order to maximize your gameplay. Still no stock taken on the Fleet, who is easily one of the lighter characters in the game.
Yeah, back, no stock taken. But thankfully the moving platform is able to save out there. Lands the command, or no, I should say the hit throw. Ain't no command grab in this household. But trying to finish the job once again. Seeing Fleet live up to 180 is not a good sign.
We are well outside of any anything at this point. You just have to find it straight hit and see what it can take you. Back air maybe, like down air. Back air, okay.
It worked out.
Yeah, you found your combo, or you found your straight hit. Now you can actually get back to the combo game.
It's like, oh man, thank God. You can go back to my favorite part of the game, where I get to combo and such. But you can't combo when you can't get at disadvantage state. And so far, these dash attacks aren't landing. Here comes the Hurricane. It lands the arrow down. Oh, missed the time, but the arrow caught up high. Jeez.
I didn't really expect that. Wanted to confirm off the wind chime. No dice. And here's, committing, just respecting the slow fall, just committing to one up air and trying to see what was going to happen from the concept of death side, but a nice little delay on their part. Oh man, they really want these down throw tech chases, but I feel like we should be starting to pivot more towards like up and back throws and playing a heavier juggle game. I know it's harder to contest Fleet in midair, but Wrastor with Slipstream is impossible to mess with.
Great call out with the collapse. The second one misses, but the first one, ooh, sneaky usage of the Jetstream shot. I really like that, and there it goes. Finally able to land the 1-2. And the concept of death gets the stock taken, unable to get too much out of, the lead that they had, but Merps landing these grabs. Here comes the tech chase once again, and the special usage of the pummel has been working out every single time. No one has been able to break out of it just yet, but this advantage state of Wrastor has been suffocating the concept of death.
Ever since the second stock was taken, they've just been on the back foot the entire game. Finally getting a chance to put out one of these arrows. Jetstream shot, covering as much space as possible and shutting down the Slipstream for all until that very moment. No tipper though, not the sweet spot. That up clap kind of got shut down. Finds the down throw, reverse bear. One more hit ought to do it, and they're hunting for it. Desperate for that final hit. Forward air dash attack. No dice. Committing double arrow. Back air. Up air.
No. back air not coming out, and that gives Merp a second lease on life, but that bear should surely do it. Lands the straight hit within the defense. Thank goodness for Concept of Death being able to do it. I love that down air, don't get me wrong, but I swear I'm just like, there, bear, come on, we gotta land that hit. Land the solid hit.
Yeah, you're never seeing Merp start going low, or start their recovery route go low. They usually like use a jump or two and then dip low to space out their up B, or have Slipstream active and then suddenly they don't even need to go to ledge at all. They can just go right back to stage with their multiple jumps. So the down airs feel a little bit too autopilot-y when you can instead just try and maximize your positive space with back airs, nairs, and forward airs with their active frames.
Yep, and here comes the tech chase once again. Man, does Merp love using the special NATO. It's fun! Don't get me wrong. And no one's been able to break out of it. Because essentially, the pommel game, it's a 50-50, right? You'd either have to do normal or special to try to break out of it. Oh, man.
Especially with how he's been using the special pummel, it's basically like a 50-50 on a 50-50.
Mm-hmm. How'd y'all like 50-50s?
Yeah, I mean, flipping these coins is a whole lot of fun, but only when you're in position to do so. Wanted the neutral tech due to Concept of Death, but no dice.
I mean, yeah, they're 50-50s, but when it lands so far for Merp, it's a rigged coin. Seems to be finding out exactly which one and the correct option. And great stuff with the Nair. Falling with it to catch and finish the edge guard against Fleet. Not a sentence I thought I would really hear of Fleet being edge guarded, but here we are in the Amateur Series where it did happen. Great down there, missing the second one. Can't get the follow-up afterwards. It's got a little skinny hitbox. But trying to finish the job, going hella aggressive for it, but you might pay with your life. No, thankfully, we'll recover back onto the stage. And here comes the advantage state of Merp, but can't finish and find the third hit in there, so it will end abruptly.
Oh, wanted that rising back here so much. But tech play, no tech on the platform is quite big. Wind chime online, it pops. Just choosing to take the hit. I respect it from Merp. You're in no position able to get comboed, so just take the hit, move on.
And nicely done. Down throw. Got the DI in. And will execute. Great jump call out. And tried to use the clap as another one, but unfortunately will miss. So will the second. So Merp, once again, continues with the advantage state. If it ain't broke, why don't you go ahead and clap again? It's an applause at this point. 2 missed grabs and a hit grab won't land. No punish, however. Concept Def, we need to see this advantage state rolling because all of a sudden, it's been all Merp so far. And the axe kick, once again, chops down another stock of Concept of Deaths.
Yeah, going high too many times when it comes to the those up specials from Concept of Death, trying to bypass ledge and not try to get ledge hog, but can't do that too much. A little bit of a scrappy affair, but now we're gonna see that Ho Dojo take its chunk of change, excuse me. The juggle game on Wrastor, devastatingly powerful when he has a place to retreat to, and with Slipstream active, that's a little crazy.
Oh yeah. Great stuff. Fish for the down tilt twice. The second one landed and able to follow through using the help of the Slipstream. Great dominating win on game number 2 to strike it back. 1-1's the score line. But unfortunately, due to DSR, you will not be able to go back on it.
Yeah, shutting down some of the more popular stages for both these characters. Top fleets like B-Bats often show off how good Fleet is on Ethereal Forest. If you're looking for a juggle game, Ho Dojo's like that stage where characters who juggle well can just get everything in the kitchen sink, i.e. characters like Crag and Wrastor and etc. Not Lockstar, Zetterburn, but Zetter's good on every stage, so that kind of
true. Oh man.
God.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
You might as well. You got the confidence to kind of go for it.
He committed. And this is where Fleet can really have a lot of problems, right? Like Fleet's one of her main win conditions. That Concept of Death was doing a really good job of showing off in pools. Was the fact that Fleet has really strong ability to keep people away from the wall. Wrastor does not care about walls, just ever, really.
That's true. But caughting it out, real good stuff. And here comes great call out with it, but can't finish the job just yet. Thank goodness to Wrastor's ability to have multiple jumps and tries to go for a tech chase. Misspacing on that aspect. I was expecting just to run under there, go for an up strong call out. Trying to go for the aerial instead. Merp staying alive and will count their blessings as they continue on. Oh! Huh.
I know he was doing a lot of like short hopping there, but you know, a little bit of a shame. Maybe a misinput. Jump didn't come out in time. All the same, you can get right back to the fire and apparently into the bow. A solid opener, and these wave dashes out of shield. You know, I talked a little bit of smoke about Fleet's ability to play into certain matchups or whatnot, but I gotta give the flowers here to Concept of Death. These wave dashes out of shield have been on point and absolutely excellent when it comes to playing out of it, to the point where Merp was starting to play around it specifically. That tipper down tilt was spaced for wave dash out of shield.
Yeah, caught it out. Biggest strength can be your biggest downfall, and Merp seemed to catch on perfectly at the best time possible. Down tilt was the one that secured game number 2, and then this one secured stock number 2 as well. So we'll have to see, trying to make it back onto the stage. But once again, the concept of alleged trapping continues to be in. And so far, Merp is in a heap of trouble.
Those down tilts have been big. CC down tilt for Fleet, gotten a lot of love, both as CC has and as down tilt has for Fleet. Can turn some very, very big openers. Same thing can be said for Merp on this Wrastor, who's really been trying to chase with these jumps out of shield. Gotta be careful how aggressive you can get. Fleet can go toe-to-toe with anybody when it comes to hitbox to hitbox. Opportunities abound. Didn't want to commit any higher, though, because of the floaty nature that Wrastor has. Another down throw, up air, one more. Seeing how deep you can go, the forward air whiffs the wolf, and we're seeing a very tense but very even game as Merp finds the confirm.
Oh, and burnt the air dodgeable. Can't be doing that one. Wow, strike back immediately. That actually might be crucial, and they're the float as well, missing the grab. Both of them are shielding for their lives. And a missed little aspect, great up air. Got the arrow, no kill. Staying alive. Hit not connecting, and it's gonna be a throw. Calls up the jump, but not just in time. And it's instead gonna be the landing air covering all the options. Concept of Death wants to finish this off. Has the stage control, has the float, and the pressure ready to go. Down tilt lands. What's gonna be happening, Ubo? This is such a tight situation.
We're just putting out big moves at this point. Down airs on all sides. Merp spacing around back air, going for another nair that gets fallen out of, and then the coverage high, threatening ledge grab, and then going for the high recovery, committing to the up clap because you know whether or not they fall through or on top of the platform. You have timed and spaced yourself correctly. Excellently played on the side of Merp to take game number 3. Well done indeed, as the Concept of Death is gonna run it over to Julesvale for the next game, realizing the Tempest ceiling was just not to their benefit, no matter, because they weren't able to find the proper setups into back air. More often than not, comboing into up airs, and it was just kind of delaying the stock taking potential of Fleet. You go to a stage with a little bit more normalized blast zones, hopefully you get better results. But Merp is not interested in whatever those late percent opportunities might be for Fleet. He's trying to stay at as low percent as possible with all of these pickups, all these hit grabs, and everything in between. That's an instant stock one.
The scraw once again, and the dare does not land. Recover in a weird position, and it's gonna be Merp continuing on with the advantage state that Concept of Death just seems to never be able to get away from. And look at this, all of a sudden, the combos, the advantage state, it just keeps getting more and more better. Look at that call out once again. using the dare to try to find the way out. But it just seems like Merp seems to catch on to everything, calling out everything as Constant Death needs to find some way to make this comeback happen. But you're gonna need a miracle at this point.
Yeah, the slipstream back throw, setting up for confirms into forward clap, and Fleet just can't take that much punishment. Another dash dance grab, another reset as well. We're not even going for any of the crazy immediate follow-ups with up air. We're hunting for some gnarly resets in order to make sure that the damage that Merp is getting is maximized. Down throw, dash attack, up air, all the coverage. Concept of Death may be avoiding the big finisher on many of these confirms, but it still doesn't mean we're not getting damage all the way through. Working on a 3 stock here is Merp to seal out this game.
Oh,
And
if that was bad DI, that could have been it. So instead, we'll be forced in a really uncomfortable position as Constant of Death, trying to make some kind of miracle happen. But the way that it's going, it only seems inevitable as Merp gets struck with the arrow. Great snipe. We'll have to see what Constant of Death can try to pull out of the bag of tricks. But it just, Merp seems to be kind of a good grip on this game and on this set. No clap follow-up afterwards. So
Yeah, it's a little later. Just a little delayed.
hold your applause.
Yeah. Just give it a moment. You know, the pivot in Game 3 tells a lot of the story of the set, right? Because as confident as Concept of Death was in the Fleet game plan, you need to make unique game plans for many characters in this game, and Wrastor is at the top of that list for Fleet because of how he's just so easily able to avoid many of Fleet's consistent win conditions. The forward smashes, forward strong, close to ledge, those aren't as effective against Wrastor. The drop zone nairs, not as effective. Back air off stage is still great, but you gotta really pick your spot super well, or confirm it off of something like a down tilt, specifically not a down throw, because at that point he was only getting up airs at those percentages where you really do want the back